Eternal night descends, a world in shadow, a silent alarm, 6 a.m. no sun, confusion.
I woke up and reached for my coffee, but it was still dark outside. Not the soft embrace of twilight, but a deep, unsettling blackness. It felt heavy, almost tangible.
Sarah, why is it still night? This wasn't dawn, it was like the night decided to stay.
Across time zones, the same unsettling reality set in. The sun, that celestial beacon that has dictated the rhythm of life since time immemorial, had failed to make its appearance. Phones buzzed with concern, then alarm. The internet lit up, not with the usual dawn of memes and news, but with a collective gasp of disbelief and mounting fear.
What had happened? Where had the sun gone?
The world held its breath, united in uncertainty and a primal fear of the unknown. Searching for answers in the dark, the science of silence. Astronomers baffled, telescopes pointed at the empty sky, no answers.
The world turned to its scientists, to the minds that had always explained the cosmos with such elegant certainty. But even the brightest minds were left grappling with the impossible. Telescopes once aimed at distant galaxies, now focused on the empty space where the sun should have been.
Theories were proffered, debated, and ultimately discarded. A massive solar flare? Unlikely. Such events, while powerful, wouldn't simply extinguish the sun. A rogue celestial body obscuring the sun? Impossible. No known object was large enough or close enough to cast such a shadow. For the first time in human history, science seemed to have failed to provide an explanation, leaving humanity teetering on the precipice of an unknown abyss. The lack of answers only fueled the growing panic.
The sun wasn't just a source of light, it was the anchor of our solar system, the engine of life on Earth. Without its warmth, without its energy, what would become of us?
Nature in disarray when the rhythm breaks. Temperatures plummeted, animals confused, plants began to wilt. The most immediate impact was the cold. Without the sun's radiant heat, the earth began to cool at an alarming rate. Within hours, temperatures plummeted, plunging the world into an unnatural, biting cold. Familiar landscapes transformed into icy wastelands, the lifeblood of rivers and lakes freezing over. The natural world, finely tuned to the sun's rhythm, reacted with a mixture of confusion and fear. Birds, their migratory patterns disrupted, flew in erratic circles, their instinctive compasses useless. Animals, accustomed to the cycle of day and night, huddled together, their usual foraging and hunting instincts overridden by a primal fear of the unending darkness. The delicate balance of nature, so intricate and interdependent, was thrown into disarray. The sun's absence was like a missing note in a symphony, creating a jarring discord that echoed through every ecosystem on Earth. The unraveling mind. Fear and chaos reign. Panic spread, social order crumbled. Despair threatened to consume humanity. As the darkness stretched on, the veneer of civilization began to crack. Panic, that primal instinct that lurks beneath the surface of even the most rational mind, took hold. Supermarkets were overrun, shelves stripped bare as people hoarded whatever supplies they could find. The fabric of society, woven from the threads of trust and cooperation, began to unravel. Rumors spread like wildfire, each more outlandish and terrifying than the last. The internet, once a source of information and connection, became an echo chamber of fear and despair. The darkness seemed to amplify the worst aspects of human nature, unleashing a wave of selfishness, paranoia, and violence. The rule of law, already strained, began to buckle under the weight of fear and uncertainty.
We can't go on like this. Something has to be done. This darkness, it's driving everyone mad.
Whispers in the darkness, myths and theories of a sunless world. Ancient prophecies resurfaced. Doomsday cults thrived. Blame was cast. In the absence of rational explanations, the human mind, desperate for answers, turned to the irrational. Ancient myths, long dismissed as fables, were dusted off and reinterpreted. Prophecies of eternal darkness and divine retribution gained new currency, offering a perverse comfort in their familiarity. Doomsday cults, once relegated to the fringes of society, found fertile ground in the hearts of the fearful. Their charismatic leaders, with their promises of salvation and their pronouncements of divine judgment, offered a twisted form of hope in a world seemingly devoid of it. Accusations flew. Fingers were pointed at governments, at scientists, at anyone who might be deemed responsible for this cosmic injustice. The very foundations of reason and logic seemed to crumble in the face of such an incomprehensible event.
This is it, folks. The end times are upon us. The prophecies were true.
Dawn breaks, a glimmer of hope in the void. A faint glow. Hope flickered. The sun began its slow return. Then, just as suddenly as it had vanished, a faint glimmer appeared on the horizon. A sliver of light, pale and hesitant at first, but undeniably there. The sun, it seemed, had not abandoned us entirely. News of the returning light spread like wildfire, igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of millions. People emerged from their homes, their faces, so long etched with fear and despair, now turned towards the sky, towards the promise of dawn. As the sun slowly, agonizingly dragged itself back into the sky, the world watched with bated breath. It was a slow dawn, a hesitant return, but it was enough. The sun was back, and with it the promise of warmth, of light, of life itself. Reflections in the aftermath, lessons etched in darkness, gratitude for the sun, a newfound appreciation for our planet, a call for unity. The world breathed a collective sigh of relief. The sun, that celestial body we had taken for granted for so long, was once again a comforting presence in the sky. The experience, though terrifying, had been a profound one. It had forced humanity to confront its own mortality, its fragility in the face of the vast cosmic machinery. In the aftermath, there was a newfound appreciation for our planet, for the delicate balance of nature that sustains us. The experience had been a stark reminder of our interconnectedness, of the fact that we are all passengers on this pale blue dot, hurtling through the vastness of space. Most importantly, the shared experience of that sunless day had fostered a sense of unity among the people of Earth. For a brief moment, political differences, religious divides, and societal barriers had all melted away in the face of a common threat. If anything good came from those 24 hours of darkness, it was the realization that we are all in this together. We are all children of the sun, bound together by our shared existence on this fragile planet. Let us hope we never forget the lessons learned in the dark.